Hey guys, Kevin, Muddy River Tactical. Thank you for joining me. Today we're finally back out at the range. We've been super busy in the shop like always. Finally got a chance to get back out here, and I couldn't be more excited. Been shooting a lot of my personal guns, but I also got a gun that our local gun shop customer brought in. We're making a custom holster for him for this pistol, so it was nice enough to let me take it to the range. I'm super excited about it. And that pistol is the Cosaint Arms COS21, and I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know if it's Cosaint or Cosaint, whichever way. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I greatly apologize. It's the first time I'm handling this gun here. But for those of you not familiar with this gun, it's a 17 round double stack 1911, 2011 platform pistol. Super close to my Staccato. Like when I grab this gun, the first thing I think of is my Staccato. It's right in that same ballpark price-wise too. It starts in at $2,200 and goes up from there. The cool thing about this company here is they're made in East Flat Rock, North Carolina. So it's a USA made product, which is super cool, but it's more of I would consider it a custom production gun. So if you go to their website, which you can go check out, the website's a little bit hard to navigate, but overall it's not too bad. But you can go, and what you really do is you build these guns. So they have a whole lot of parts, everything from the trigger to the cerakoting to the amount of stippling you want, to the barrel length, to the dust covers, optic cut or not. I mean, it's a super cool thing when you're gonna spend over $2,000 on a gun. Having a say-so in what you get is really awesome, and I truly like that part of it. I love my Staccatos as well, but you really don't get a say-so. They make this model or this model, whereas these, I mean, you can take this gun and make it a 3.5 inch barrel, 4 inch barrel, all the different barrels they offer, the dust cover, if you want to run a light or whatever you want to do with it. But it's a polymer lower, aluminum upper. I'm a super fan of the aluminum. They do offer it in steel as well, which some would think would be more reliable or durable over the long term. But I personally am a fan of the aluminum just for the weight of it in and out of the holster for a training gun, which is what a lot of guys are going to do with this. I just like the weight reduction from it. And I saw a cool thing on this company too. There's a guy, and I don't know who he is, so don't quote me on who it is, but he's a firearms instructor, shoots every day type of guy. He's got 100,000 rounds through one of the variants of this. I think his is a 5-inch barrel, but it's an aluminum one, not the steel, and he's got 100,000 rounds through it and is still shooting it. It's not junk. It's still a gun he's using every day. So that alone tells you a lot about the quality of this gun and the build. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. From the standpoint of me personally, I do not know a lot about this company, so I can't tell you if customer service is going to be good or not. From what I've seen and from what I heard from this customer that brought this one to us, it's good. The lead time's about 6 or 7 weeks is what I've been seeing. So to go on there and truly build you a custom gun to the specs you want, I think 6 or 7 week lead time is really good in my opinion. Staccatos are running 3-4 months at times, and you don't get to pick. It's just the stuff that they already have. So that's super cool in my opinion. This one, like I said, I'm not going to go into all the specs because quite frankly I don't know them all, but also they're so variant. On this model could be a whole lot of different things because you get to choose and build along the way. This one has a flat trigger. It does have the ambi safety, which is awesome. Me being a left-handed shooter, that's kind of a must for me. The controls on it are just your traditional 2011 style platform. It's nothing crazy outside of there. This texture that he got on this one's just the standard texture, and it feels really good. But when you're going to build these guns, you can put semi-aggressive, aggressive. They have all different options for the texture on it, so you can customize that to you. You can also choose if you want a front sight or not, what front sight you want. I mean, the options just keep going and going. So I think it's super cool when you're paying that much money that you get choices, like I said. So we're gonna shoot this thing. Like I said, this is the first time I had my hands on it. I just want to shoot it and get an idea of the recoil. We're just gonna shoot one mag, so this isn't gonna be a long-term review. This is just I like to bring attention to some of these pistols because I'm in the industry and I personally hadn't heard of it. When you're talking about these companies, you know, the marketing budget that it takes. No different than the holster company. You take the big holster companies, they spend millions and millions on marketing. Well, it's the same thing in the gun world, but times, add a whole bunch of zeros to it when you're talking about the Smith & Wesson and SIG and stuff. The amount of money they spend on advertising, a small company building custom guns can't compete with that. So that's why I wanted to really shoot this gun and just give it a chance to see how it stands up to the Staccato just from first impressions. But I can tell you, just racking it, and you can probably tell by the video, it's super, super smooth. And that was my first impressions on it. And the trigger, if you watch, it's got a flat face trigger. That's all the take up there is. And then watch this break. I mean, super light and crisp and just feels really good. And then the reset right there. I mean, the trigger's very good and it feels super smooth. So I have a feeling this is going to be a very smooth, flat shooting pistol, but we'll see. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to put on my ear protection and we'll shoot the first mag through it, and I'll come back and tell you my final thoughts and what I think about this Cosaint Arms. All right, guys, like I said, I'm just going to put one mag through it. I got 17 rounds here. This is Fiocchi. I'm sorry, this is actually Blazer. I was shooting Fiocchi earlier. This is Blazer brass, 115 grain that I'm shooting. I'm just going to shoot the 17 rounds through it and kind of give you my first impressions here. Got one little misfire there. Failure to feed. All right, let's see where we're at now. One more, just failure to eject it right there and didn't get the other one in. So those were the last two there, which that sucks that I'm only doing one mag through it right now. The customer, I'll have to ask him and see how many rounds he's shot through this personally. He's a guy that shoots a bunch, but I don't know if he's really shot this gun much or not to see if he had an issue. The other thing is, just to be fair to the gun, it may be one of those, that was only 115 grain, which I shoot a lot through my striker fired pistols and never have a problem. Sometimes these pistols have the super light, smooth springs in them. Sometimes they like a little heavier ammo, so that could be it, but just definitely something to note. I'm not going to edit any of that out. I want you guys to see exactly what happens for it. So for me, it may be the ammo. I'm a little disappointed with that factor right there. That happened twice in 17 rounds on a pistol that I think the way he's got this one right now with the optic on it, I mean, that's over $3,000 sitting right here. So it could be an ammo problem. I'm not going to fully blame it on the gun, but I won't be able to tell you it's reliable or not. Even if it shot all 17 with no issues, me or anybody else can't give you a fair impression off of one type of ammo in 17 rounds. That wouldn't be fair. But just note, you guys saw it on the video. That's what happened with this 115 Blazer brass. I will try some others on another video and try to update you. But like I said, this isn't my pistol. It's one that the customer brought in. So I'll ask him some questions and see what issues he's had or noticed anything. And then we'll go from there. So I'm kind of let down now, to be honest with you, after those two. It did shoot super smooth. I don't know how well you can tell on the video, and it's stippled up front here, so it just felt good in my hand. It shot pretty flat. I don't think it shot any flatter or better than the Staccato. I think it's kind of on par with the Staccato, which is about what I had expected. The Staccato is a great gun, so this thing was right in that wheelhouse. However, I will say that I've shot 115 Blazer brass, which is just what was in that, through my Staccato a lot, the Staccato CS. I've never had a hiccup in the world with it, so it's just a little disappointing. But like I said, can't change it. That's why I like doing these reviews, not cut, not edited. You can see the same thing I'm seeing. So overall, if you have one of these pistols or have any background with them, or a buddy has them or something, let me know your luck on them. Have you had good luck with them? Maybe this was a fluke, maybe it wasn't. just let me know what you're thinking, just so I can get better. Like I said, this isn't a gun I'm gonna unfortunately have to be able to shoot 1,000 rounds through, just because it's not mine. So any feedback you guys can give us in the comments, I greatly appreciate it. Also, holsters for these, we're custom making them a holster, and I just want to bring it up in here. These, we're not going to have really holsters on the website for them. The main reason is you could have this same COS21, but have a different dust cover on it, or different length barrel. And it's just so many variants in it that it's just going to be really hard to know exactly what the customer has. So in a Kydex holster, we're not going to have anything specifically for them, just because all the changes. But if you need any holsters for any of your other pistols on the market, check us out, muddyrivertactical.com. And until next time, keep practicing and always be prepared.